Matthew asked me to share about my total consecration to Immaculate Heart of Mary. Well, my first thought was why to do this consecration, because I'm already a consecrated person. Should I do this consecration? Is it necessary? That was my question in the beginning. When I saw, then I do not know what happened to me. I said, whatever it might be, I will consecrate. I will take this process and do the consecration to the Immaculate Heart of Mary. I will follow the full process, whatever may be the blocks coming. So the beginning I started, it was good. And first 14 days, very good. All the videos I followed, it was all inspiring, and I kept going. Um, after 25 days also, it was very good. It was okay. Like 20th day onwards, I had some kind of inner struggle within me, but still I said I would never give up. Anyway, I started, I would continue. There were lots of blessings coming through everyday preparation. But at the same time, I also felt within me, is it necessary for me to continue this process? Around around 28th day, I received a news which was really affecting me, that my youngest brother was in the ICU admitted, and he was tested positive. But all the sisters in the community, families, and of course all Jesuit family, everybody was praying. So I had a hope, sure and certain, that he would get through and he would really come alive and nothing would happen to him. It was on that Monday evening, they sent me the message that his oxygen level was very high and he was recovering. So next day morning also I posted, it was good. Around next day, on Wednesday afternoon, that was 30th day afternoon, 33 days preparation, 30th day afternoon, I got a message from my brother saying that only 5 hours doctor has given. That is, other brother called me and said 5 hours doctor has given. And that shattered me completely. But still, I had a hope. 5 hours, God can do anything within 5 hours. So there is lots of hope, I thought, and I had hope. His oxygen level suddenly dropped down. And it was in the evening, it was 50%. And towards the night, it was 40. And around 8:30, they called me and said it was 20. Even that time, many were calling me and saying, don't worry, sure and certain God will do. God will raise him up. Don't worry, he will do it. So I went ahead, and around 10:30, they called me to say that he was no more. That was the 30th day of my preparation. I was fully shattered because he is the youngest in the family, and he is like a pillar for the whole family. So it was like I was praying the whole afternoon. Like I just messaged to Sister Evangeline and Sister Vinaya, and Sister Evangeline told me one Bible verse, and she said to pray an Hail Mary with the Bible verse. So the entire rosary, that is not one rosary, the 4 rosary from the beginning to the end, all 200 Hail Marys, I kept saying like this. I was fully confident that he would come alive, but there wasn't hope. And next day, there was a message asking me to prepare myself intensely, and which I was not able to do. So I thought I would drop down this consecration. I would not continue. Why should I continue? That was in my mind. But still, Mother Mary kept going with me, and she allowed me to continue. Thursday, Friday, it was Saturday, was August 15th, and because I was not able to go also to Coimbatore from here to see, either to see my family members, of course, brother, it was not possible for me to see. But then, sure and certain, I would go, I thought, next, at least in 2-3 days. But then they told me not to come because situation there was a different. Of course, Coimbatore had many positive cases, and they said not to come because the houses were quarantined also. My parents were not able to come. It was a complete difficult situation I was going through, but with all the hope in God that this might be for good. Only that thought kept making me proceed. And then Thursday, fully I was shattered. I would not want to do that preparation at all. But I said, anyway, I came so far. It was 31st day. So far, even if I am not able to prepare properly, I would sit in front of the Blessed Sacrament and prepare myself, whatever comes to my mind. And the 32nd day was Friday. Of course, they asked me to write down the prayer in the full consecration prayer in handwriting, which I thought I would never be able to do it because within 2 days the whole thing was going. Third day the mass at home, and they were all crying over the phone because especially my parents. For my parents to accept this was very difficult. And Saturday was the day. Saturday we had mass. Of course, we don't have confession. Even till now, we don't have permission for confession. But then we had mass in the house. Friday mass was offered for my brother, but the Saturday mass was there. I was not concentrating myself. But then something happened on Friday. Friday whole night. These days I was not sleeping. And Saturday early morning, I got up around 2:30. I could not sleep. I just on and off I was going. Of course, Wednesday night people kept calling me. It was different. Thursday night also they kept calling, but Friday night I could not sleep, even blink of eye. Then in between I was dozing off like that. Then 2 o'clock I woke up. I just sat up and started writing this prayer. That was, I don't know from where I got the energy, but the whole prayer, 4 pages completely, I wrote with my hand, and I just went off to sleep around 4 o'clock. Then 5 o'clock I woke up again, got up for the mass at 6 o'clock. After the mass, we had here one of our sisters' feast. Even then, I was thinking I would not be able to do this consecration. I was fully in dilemma, even though I had written in the prayer and everything, because all the time my brother's face was coming before me. Nothing was happening. And 12 o'clock, they said they would have online mass in the family. They had invited everybody. It was in Google Meet, and they went for the prayer. Of course, when I saw my parents over the phone, it was too much for me because both the parents were simply howling in the other side. And at the end of the mass, during the mass, I saw something beautiful. While the consecration time, when Father lifted up the host and chalice, I saw my brother standing next to Father on the altar in full white and with bright smile. And that gave me energy. That was a real energy that I got it. Around 2:30, I decided to do the consecration in the afternoon. So I went in front of the Blessed Sacrament in the chapel. I knelt down. I prayed the whole thing. And after praying, I felt, I do not know if it was real or it's just my imagination or whatever it is. I saw Mother Mary standing very tall, like she was almost touching the roof. And what I felt within me was big energy that she was going to give, spiritual energy. And they kept, that was the most beautiful blessing that I felt I received from Mother Mary. That was my consecration.